What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Getting the Game. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly secure a crime scene. So let's jump right into it. The first thing you want to do is grab your securing poles and then make sure you equip them. I always like to leave distance between the crimes distance with my car between the crime scene, so I don't like interfere with it too much. Um, so when you respond to a crime scene, you're going to either have a robbery or aggravated assault. For the most part, when you do see victims on the ground, of course, it's going to be aggravated assault. If you don't see victims on the ground, like in this case, it's going to be a robbery. So we're gonna, oops, no, I'm not gonna take that out. That's our taser. I'm gonna equip our securing poles. And let's start securing a crime scene with our securing poles. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure you cover the entire area. And as you can see, somebody just walked through it. And I'm gonna actually remove this because you don't want to leave no gaps when it comes to that red space. So you wanna, there you go. There we go. And sometimes what I like to do,
Hey, officer,
see,
I need your help.
there's a, especially on these sidewalk, I mean, these walkways, I like to start with the ends, both ends first,
Excuse me, officer. Can you help
because
me,
you're gonna
please?
have people trying to walk through. So once you get the ends, see that person that jaywalk. So there's people still. Don't worry about that. Let's do your best to secure it. Doesn't have to be perfect as long as you cover everything. You want to cover all the red areas here, and just keep
Hi.
going.
Hello, officer. I require your help, please.
Okay, so it looked like I ran out. Like I said, you're gonna be going back and forth between your vehicle because it looked like I ran out. Let's get some more. Refill charges. Oh, I gotta grab. Alrighty. Alright. Oh, I keep picking this stuff. Okay. So let's see right here. There we go. And once you are done securing the crime scene, it's going to let you know that it's secure and you can start the investigation. So look for that indicator on the top of your screen. Alright, I've secured the accident scene. Perfect. Now, the second phase is finding the evidence. I believe the second phase is the hardest phase. And you're still going to have people running through the crime scene. It's something they have to fix. But as I was saying, I believe the second phase is the hardest phase because sometimes finding the evidence on the ground can be quite difficult. One thing from my experience so far, I've been using a camera to zoom in because you get a better view of things on the ground. So I have to go back. The second phase, you're gonna need your evidence marker. So go back to the vehicle. Let's get our evidence markers. I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab those. We still got people walking through the crime scene, but I guess that's okay. Or it's not okay. So I'm gonna take those evidence markers. And you don't want to put the evidence marker like right over it because you gotta take pictures of the evidence. So you want to put it like right beside it. Now, to know if you marked something as evidence properly, you want to look for the number on that marker. If you mark something as evidence that's actually not evidence, that a number won't show up. So let's take Oops, I'm messing up. Let's take this cloth here for example. You're gonna see this a lot in your crime scenes. You're gonna see like a cloth or whatever it is. You're gonna think it's evidence, but it's actually not. So as you can see here, let me use a camera. There's no number. So again, you want to make sure you properly tag evidence by looking for that number indicator. So I'm just going to remove this evidence marker here. So the common things you want to look for as evidence: money, gloves, like so, like here, a crowbar, something like this. You're gonna find a gun. I found a gun in one of my crime scenes, a knife. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. The money can sometimes blend in on the ground, so I'm just gonna grab my camera and see if I come across anything. And I guess it doesn't matter at any point in time if you want to call the ambulance to get these individuals some help. I don't think that's going to interfere with the crime scene. Also, one of my subscribers pointed out to me that sometimes there could actually be evidence in a porta potty, so make sure you check. And right off the bat, I see look like a pack of pills, so I'm gonna tag that. That's another common thing that you're gonna actually find in your crime scenes. Now, sometimes there is a little glitch in the game where as it's hard to tag the evidence, so it's something that the developers are going to have to figure out, because sometimes, like in this example, I can't go far into the porta potty and I'm having a hard time tagging this as evidence, and that's something that is definitely evidence. If you see a pack of pills, that's another resource of evidence. So let me see if I could tag it. I don't know if it's gonna give me. All right, so the number popped up, so that went through. So let me just actually call for the ambulance, get these people some help.
I need an ambulance.
All right, and the part of the second phase, you always want to take pictures. Now this is another difficult part, because when you tag evidence, you're supposed to get some type of yellow indicator that counts, but it's not showing up here. So let's go on to the next one, like in the glove. So that helped. We get that green sign, that green plus sign.
Let me see.
So that one went through.
I'm still in shock, but I'm all right.
The crowbar went through.
Can you make it to the ambulance on your own?
So as I mentioned, the second phase is always going to be your hardest phase. Finding the evidence and then tagging it or marking it, it's always hard. Like, I can't even get, it's not allowing me to get a proper photo, because that green light is not showing, or that yellow indicator is not showing up. So I'm not going to get a full progression bar on this, and that's fine. So let's start interviewing.
Let me hear what you saw.
Fortunately for you, officer, I witnessed the whole thing.
Now, if you're like me and you like to ID your witnesses, you are going to find that.
Let me see. Can you hear me?
In some
I'm still
cases,
in shock, but I'm all right.
you're gonna
Okay, more shocked than hurt.
your witnesses are going to have some type of
You need to take a closer look.
criminal
Okay, Doc. I can
offense
manage.
against them. Like they may have a stolen ID, they may not have a driver's license, they may be wanted. So
I'd like to see your
you're going to
ID,
find out a
please.
little bit,
Here, officer.
especially when there's like 3 to 4 witnesses. You'll probably end up arresting one of them. Like Prime example in this case, stolen ID. So we're gonna be arresting her for stolen ID. So these crime scene investigations do take a little time. So let's just arrest her.
I have to arrest you.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know they were so.
They're gonna be intoxicated as well.
Can you hear me?
It hurts, but I don't think
I need to do a search on you to see if
You
you're
should see a
carrying
doctor,
anything
Eddie.
illegal.
Can you stand up and walk with me to the ambulance?
Yeah.
So if you're a person like me who like to get a lot of arrests, you may want to utilize the UTV when going to these crime scenes, because you may end up arresting two to three people in addition to the person who's wanted from the crime scene.
Please
That's
stay
just-
calm so we can go to the patrol car.
So let's just get her in the vehicle.
Watch your head, please.
And I wouldn't be surprised if another witness is has like a stolen ID, something like that. Let's talk to
Can you
him.
tell me what you saw?
Sure, officer. I think I saw something.
They're gonna be saying a lot of things.
I'm certain that
Redundantly, so-
Subject was seen. Keep your eyes open, officer.
And as you can see, that progress bar is filling up. Ideally, you want that progress bar to get to green, so you get all the information you need in regards to finding the suspect. But if you don't, you can still get that information. I'm gonna show you guys in a second. So I'm gonna
Show me
ID
your
this guy.
please.
Here it is.
So so far I got orange t-shirt, and the person is 25. So this individual here, he has a expired ID. So you do what you want with it, but I am gonna issue a ticket for having expired ID.
I will now fine you between $75 and $100 for carrying an expired ID.
So much money for such a small infraction.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go. Enjoy your day.
Let's talk to this guy here.
Tell me what you saw.
Fortunately for you, officer, I witnessed the whole thing.
Now, sometimes NPC players are going to say that, but they're not going to give you all the information. So let's
I'd like
just
to
get
see
his
your
ID.
please.
Okay, officer. There you go.
All right. Everything looks good with this guy. He checks out. We're going to let him
Everything's
go.
fine. You're good to go. Bye.
As you can see, my progression bar is filling up the more I talk to these witnesses, and I'm almost there. So, and this is the third step in securing and completing your crime scene
Tell
investigation.
me what you saw.
Yes, I saw what happened.
Your ID, please.
Here you go, officer.
So as you speak to these witnesses, more information is going to filter in. Again, this lady has a stolen ID. I'm telling you, you're going to find it a lot. We're going to be arresting her. Yeah, we're arresting her for stolen ID.
You're under arrest.
So many citations. I didn't know that all those actions were illegal.
It's a searcher.
I need to do a search on you to see if you carry anything illegal.
Okay. Alright, didn't find
I'm
anything
escorting
illegal on
you to
her.
the police car.
Let's just get her in the car. So now we have gathered more information. I believe we talked to our witnesses. So we
All right,
don't
stay
know the
calm.
gender.
I'm escorting you in the car now.
So that's hard. That's something very important, getting a gender. but we got a nice description of the clothing. Let's see. This lady is definitely not a witness. She's outside crime scene. So, as I mentioned before, so as you can see, my progression bar is not filled up. I'm missing a few things. I believe the big thing here is this piece of evidence. So I'm gonna check on the ground and see if I missed anything. I'm gonna try removing that marker and placing it again so I can get the get points for that picture. But let's see if we missed anything here. The money is always hard to find because it blends in. Oh man, we got the knife, got the crowbar, we got the gloves. Sometimes there's 2 gloves. We got the pills. I don't see any money. We got the crowbar. We got tons of people running through the crime scene. So let's try this again. Let's try removing this evidence marker. And we're gonna try placing it one more time in a better spot because it's no way we're gonna be able to place it in a porta-john. And this is something that needs to be fixed. So don't get frustrated. It's not your fault. Man, I can't get anything. Let's try pushing it out, see what happens. Alright, let's try getting a photo. And that's a big thing, getting a photo. So that's why the marker has to be, the evidence marker has to be very close to the evidence. But we, in this situation, there's nothing we could do. So, at this point, you gather all your evidence. Now, I do believe, I don't know, someone mentioned that you have to remove the evidence markers prior to leaving the scene. I have to read on that, but if you haven't filled your progression bar up, don't panic. You still may be able to get information on that individual. So, what you want to do is drive away from the scene. And once you drive away, you're either, 2 things is going to happen. It's going to say that individual escaped, or it's going to give you the that information on it, more information on that individual. So let's see what happens once we drive away from the scene.
You have the right to have a competent and independent counsel, preferably of your own choice. And if you cannot afford the services of the counsel, the government will provide them. You understand these rights.
So we're gonna drive away from the scene, and as you see, as I drive away from the scene, more information came up for that individual. So now we are looking for a Junsu Diaz with an orange t-shirt, age 25. We don't have a description of the pants. We don't know if he's armed. So now what you want to do is go to your maps and you want to mark out his location. Now, one thing I've been doing when I mark out locations, I mark out the street. So he could possibly be on this street or the other street that's parallel to it. So I'm gonna try this street first, since I'm close by. So just remember that if you don't have all the information, doesn't mean, I mean, if you haven't filled up your progress bar, doesn't mean you're not going to get information on that wanted suspect. But you want to do your best to get as much information as you can, and that could be him right there. Actually, let's just hop up out of our vehicle. It's a male with an orange shirt. Let's see. Maybe. Yes, that could be the wanted suspect. I believe it's him. We're gonna detain him for matching the description.
I've detained you because you match a description.
Sure, officer. Do your job.
Person looks nervous. That's
Would you please show
ideal.
me your ID.
Yes, officer. There you go.
And that is Junsu Diaz. So we're going to now the charge here is going to be open warrant. Lately in this situation, since there were victims, it was an aggravated assault. But one thing I noticed, well, of course, the open warrant is going to give you more points. But if you, let's say you try to charge in for the open warrant and assault, it kind of goes hand in hand. So you're only going to get points for either or, I believe. But always charge for the open warrant because it's a 180 versus aggravated assault and a robbery is 150. So let's give him his ID back. Let's arrest this guy. We found him. Great. Now let's do open warrant.
You're being arrested.
You could arrest me for all these reasons. I'm sorry.
Now, if you want to go, like if you're trying to go a step ahead and charge for aggravated assault or robbery, it's not going to give you the points, but at the same time, you're not going to lose conduct points either. So let's search this guy.
Put your hands up slowly, please. I'm going to search you.
All right. All right, let's call for our transport because my car is full. We'll call for our backup vehicle.
I need backup to take a suspect into custody.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
And
Hey there, officer.
it's that simple, guys. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know many of you guys been having some issues. As myself too. I've been having some issues with this, trying to figure the crime scene investigation out. So I just wanted to throw those tips at you. So hopefully that was helpful. Like I said,
Please, do not
from my
resist
experience,
and come with me to the patrol car.
the biggest issue I've been having in completing a crime scene is finding the evidence. Not only finding the evidence, but marking it. Because sometimes you're going to find evidence and it's going to be in a very difficult spot for you to mark it and get points for taking a picture. So let's remember the your common sources of evidence or common things that you're going to find on a crime scene as evidence is like a glove, money, a knife, a gun, pills. Like I said, sometimes evidence could be found in a porta-john. Look for money carefully because it blends in. And make sure you do your best to zoom into the ground to find that evidence. Because I believe that's the hardest part in completing the crime scene. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. In my next video, I'm going to be going over the MPV itself and how to move cars or tow cars, if you want to say, when responding to accidents, or when moving cars when they're parked illegally. Because with the MPV, you can move cars at an accident, or if a car is parked illegally. But we'll get into that in my next video. I hope this helped. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Getting the Game. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have Discord, there's going to be a link in the description. Please check out my Discord. A lot of exclusive tips, news, and announcement in my Discord. So I hope you guys join me there as well. Thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful day.